Hey, how y'all doing today? I began to teach the new communications of the children. We will start with the basic sentences and symbols, transcriptions. We use vowels, consonant, plain consonants. We're talking about masculine definite suffix, which is U and W, the and, the I, which is na. We'll be talking about basic sentences, independent pronouns, suffix pronouns, verbs, suffix pronouns, loss of vowels, the Y and G glides, the verb be, the formation of plural, transitional vowels, the noun, the suffix pronouns, emhatic equivalents of have and have not, the female definite suffix of wa, y, itu, y, it, wa, definite suffix and modifier, the suffix I, N, specific or direct object, preposition, preposition be, and best et or best, basic sentence, verb, perfective, have and have not with feminine object, verb, suffix pronoun with perfective, verb, suffix pronoun using position, positions, khay, isk, lal, I, kha, he, from, isk, iska, I, the rest, up to, I, a, for, to, propositions, whisk, and lay combined with prefix be, e, or I, suffix ie and io, to nouns, definite suffixes, iyi, iyiwa, numerals, ordinals, drills, narratives, basic sentence, relaxation, prefix, verb, infinitive, verb, imperfective, verb, classification, regular, 3, radical verbs, regular, 2, rational verbs, verb, notation, post, position, gah or gara, combined with prefix, khe or I or chi, the use of chi, bafet, kha, I, bahala, basic sentences, verb structure, pronouns with imperfective equivalents of had and had not, drills, narratives, basic sentence, time, suffix, I, M, I, S, drills, imperative forms connected by I or na or nay, negative, perfective, short, imperfective, negative, imperfective, negative, imperfectives. Rational affixes to verbs, rational affix, in relationship constructions, affix, end, e, like, yalla, such as soon as, inda, with relative constructions, regular 2, radical verbs, verb, gerund, present perfect, past perfect, perfect. Telling, time, verb, gestative, verb, imperative, relaxation, affix, iya, e, with nouns, rational affix, iya, e, with verbs, relaxation affix, si, abo, both together, abro, or both together, basic senses, rational affixes, lie and Eli, Eli with short imperative, lie with short imperatives plus nu or nuba, I, Li'i, relational affixes, basic sentences, demonstrative pronouns, noun, gender, rational affix, if, rational affix, by, because, suffix, ib, prefix with relative clauses, b, gizi, b, khatar, b, min khanyat, relaxation, affix, sil, selim, drills, and narrative, verbs, castatives in a and as, causative verbs in a, causative verbs in as, passive, reflexive verbs, classification and notation, reflexive affix with perfective, he or if, he or since, relaxes, affix, pronoun, ras, sir, regular, 4 radical verbs, 3 and 4 radical verbs in, o, verb, noun of agent, verb, noun of instrument, use of wayim or wayis or drills, narratives, verb, classification, regular, 3 radical verbs, regular, 3 radical 8 verbs, radical, 2 radical verbs in, 2 radical verbs in, e, radical, 4 radical verbs, the verb use, ya'ano, use of gina, basic sentences, comparative, superlative, drills, narrative, verb, classification, 2 radical verbs, types, mila, milo, mili, mile, mila, milo, mili, mile, verbs, impersonal constructions, verb present, perfect of verbs denoting state or condition, drills, narrative, basic sentences, drills, narratives, basic sentences, drill, narratives, basic sentence, plural, affix, n, e, question words, man, min, or minden, yet, yetu, yetana, na, win, manat, chawen, manin, manim, edi. Basic sentences, verbs, short form of magdreg, use of khadata with alaba, habab, and nabara. Repetition and reduplication, repetition, partial reduplication, complete reduplication, use of madragia, drills and narrative, basic sentences, suffix, I in net, verb, the use of magnet, drills, narrative, suffix or suffix, e in compound words, plural after numerals, drills, narrative, verbs, hypothetical, conditional, affix, end e with ali and ha ne. Impersonal verbs, drills and narratives, the use of mahniyatu combined with sili and silim, and affixes in the verb form nu, khi, yatanasi. Basic sentences, compound verbs with malet and matrij, verb inconclusive aspect, be, bakhr, use of bakha with noun, suffix, pronouns, and direct object suffix. Basic sentences or suffix with g, the verb indihan with relative constructions, indihan with short imperfective, and gerund, whether or not, verb infinitive with noun, suffix, proteins, and verb forms nu and naba. Basic sentences, verbs, S negative combined with the forms of the verb khari machet. Basic sentences, verb, frequentative, frequentative form, frequentative form, frequentative verb, verbs, reciprocal form, reciprocal verbs, use of enkhwa, enkhwa, inkwan, inkwan combined with yakhrina, which means left alone or even though. Basic sentences, relative construction combined with impersonal forms of the verb menshad, or drills and narrative. The verbs mawak with jarud, drills and narrative. The basic sentences of the verb use of yilim with short imperfective gerunds. The basic sentence drills, pop positions, pas positions, zend and ra. Chi, zan, ra, a, zan, ra, b, zan, izen, zen, iziga, iziya, zen, iziya. The verb of zen as a post verb, the verb zend with short imperfective, the verb chazen with perfective, the verb use of khanara or khinara, etc. If I do have, ki nora. The verb menor used impersonally, will have or may have. The verb progressive form, whether or not constructive. Use of minu malil, minu minatil, etc. The basic sentences, the benefactive of causative reciprocal verbs, the benefactive verbs, the use of beka or sayan, adverbials in B in E, adverbials of time in Gerard forms used adverbially. The chi used in combination with dit, wadezi, and wadiya, wadeziya. The basic drills, the basic sentences, use of li or lie, form in the combination of sil or sitil, the verb intensive aspect, the verb connective aspects. We're going to go over a couple of words. We're going to go first. We're going to say Ethiopia. May God continue to bless and shine light on Ethiopia, so Ethiopia can be that beacon of light for those around the globe. As I sit here in the Midwest, as I sit here as an archway, as I sit here with that arch, which actually has been now utilized for the connection that go past this dimension as a rod or as a gate, a gateway into other dimensions. As this new communications and old communications now come together as the interpretation of those who are what they call the hosts of the planet. I am an angelic being. I am putting together that which is already here as what we call Bari or Bar. I am the new Bar. I am the new maker. I am the host of the planet that's putting together the language or language that will put the natural order back into place. A lot of people have, through their translation, has watered down to a point of no effect in their communications, and this is why those of the Eloheem status do not pay them any mind. because they are like hogs waddling in the mud. So now, as the first cleansing was done with that which was called Elijah, the first cleansing which Elijah was El and Jah, the source of Jah, from what they call pool, the pool of those who encircled in the circumference for that first movement, which was called I Self Lord and Master of Self, so we can combine and be who we need to be. And then the next episode was in many different pieces. That's why it was allowed for people to walk and say peace. The piece was P-E-I-C-E, a piece of the puzzle. The puzzle was what we call KAWTHAR. KAWTHAR was the river. So people had a piece of the puzzle of the river of KAWTHAR. Those who were brought to a higher level was considered to be the ambassadors or the new representation, or what we call the helpers of all the people of all life, which is ALLAH, which was the best of the names. The name was the Imam, or NAME, which is EMAN, which was the name, the ceremony of the Renat. The Renat, it was the Renate, or the Te was the feminine part of the tones, the voice, the articulation was called Wadafa. Wadafa was the sound healing. So now we're going to talk about Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, the Red Sea, Sudan, Khartoum, Walaga, El Babur, Kifa, Hara, Somali Republic. We're going to talk about the Gulf of Aden, Wallo, Tagari, Eritrea. We're talking about the international boundaries and the providence boundaries and the natural colonial capitals of what they call Ethiopia today. We're talking about Sudan, Uganda, Kenya, Somali Republic. All these countries, you got Sudan, Uganda. Sudan and Uganda holds the lines of what they call the boundaries. You have Kenya, you have Somali Republic, right? All of these are neighbors. Without what we do, we take up the boundaries and put out the land gauge and spread the frequency that's coming through what we call the third eye. Here's a symbol of the third eye. That's the third eye, as you can see right there. That's the third eye. Okay? The third eye is the face of the angelic being that is used as similar to the cross. The cross with the finger here, the finger you point, the piece coming together. The piece was the shahuf. The shahuf was a stick that was put like this, right? Which was the stick from the 12 tribe of Israel and the 12 tribe of Ishmael. Okay, both of them, which the 24 was the circumference of the planet Earth. 24 was the time of the sun coming in, which was 24 hours. So as we continue to go ahead and put in this communications, give you a history, the Amharic is the official language of the Ethiopian Empire, used in government, in business, and all instruction in government schools and in newspapers. It is, however, not the only language spoken in Ethiopia and can be seen from the map, right, in the area where Amharic is spoken as a native tongue. It's about 1/6 of the whole territory of Ethiopia. Amharic belongs to the southern Semitic branch of what they call Afro and also called Asiatic, formerly called Hamito-Semitic. or Hamito-Semitic, or the family of languages. The number of native speakers of Amharic together with the speakers of the other Semitic languages spoken in Ethiopia, such as NAYYA, Tigray, Hariri, Garage, and others, is less than 1/2 of the total population of the empire. The number of native speakers of Amharic together with the speakers of other Semitic language spoken in Ethiopia, such as Tigrania, Tyre, Harari, Garage, and others, is less than 1/2 of the total population of the empire. The greatest part of Ethiopia is inhabited by speakers of the Kushite languages, which is another branch of the Afro, or what they call Asiatic family, such as Gali, Agu, Somali, and many others. Since no census has ever been taken in Ethiopia, the number of Ethiopians can only be estimated according to the official data of the Ethiopian government. The numbers of inhabitants of Ethiopia is best between 20 and 22 million. It is also difficult to give a reliable estimate of the number of Amharic speakers. It is probably between 5 and 7 million. This is little doubt, however, that due to the constant growing and development of communication systems and the spreading of education, Amharic is gaining ground throughout the whole country. It is now the language of the greatest prestigious, and anyone who once has had any education is able to speak it, even if it's not his or her mother's tongue. Still others learn it informally as a second language. So we will be talking about the basic sentences, classroom expressions, structure sentences, useful words, grammatical notes, drills, substitutions, correlation, transformation, model transform drills, questions and answers for this particular narrative. The basic sentences and questions and answers are found, and we will go through all of that. Welcome. Now, this is what we call the solution. It's a solution of you not truly understanding what's going on, because what happened actually in the 12 tribes of whatever side that you on, from that which is 120 or 12 and 12, 120 and 120, right? Which is actually what they would call 120 and 120, right, is 240, and 240 and 120 is 360. And that 360 is the other part that was given to you, making you 100. But the Eloheem has left his children here. When I say left its children here, because there was no gender. And this is where you see the different things and people coming up, and they really don't understand the words that is being used. So we will take it to the wise family line, the language of Amharic, and we will teach that, we will live that, and we will grow. We will replant the seeds that has been planted in our heart with the scriptures that was given in various places, and we will unify and give back that language that will be able to be utilized for the productive of the society, of the global experience.